Cheese.
Thank you to Nacho Taco. I'm so sad. I was so funny. No, I literally am a ghost though. I like live in your walls. I scratch at the walls while you're sleeping because I get bored. I have to wake you up somehow. We only hear the ghost. Yeah, exactly. My voice died. My voice is the real ghost. But welcome. I have, yeah. I have this stream that I put off because I learned a lot about gingerbread and like freaking fruitcake and candy canes for you guys. Also, there's not that much information on candy canes like at all. Just an FYI. So there's like not much in this about that. But I still wrote stuff about it, so we're gonna read. I have like a whole lot of information, okay? Like a lot of information. Yeah, really, I promise. Either that or maybe I was just lazy. No, I promise. I tell you for real though. I have like good information on gingerbread for free. Yes, for free. Now, sit down, buckle up. It is time for this wonderful, extremely educational experience, okay guys? I know literally no one asked for this, but I'm gonna tell you guys the sweet history of gingerbread, okay? Now, here's the thing, okay? You're not you when you're hungry.
You're not you when you're hungry.
But yeah, disclaimer, okay, up front. I am not an expert on gingerbread or candy canes or fruitcake, okay? I've never even eaten a fruitcake in my whole life, and nor do I plan to ever, okay? So, just an FYI, don't get mad at me if it's not like, you know, I don't know, like peer review. Not with that attitude. Listen here. I don't need this negativity. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this presentation. Okay? Don't be mean to me. I worked so hard. Anyway, with that out of the way, okay, I have never claimed to be an expert on gingerbread, candy cane, or fruitcakes. Okay, yes, these are the ingredients that made this poor little sad gingerbread man. He smiles only because he cannot frown. I have doomed him to an eternity of a grin when he really just wants to die. But anyway, yeah, I am very cool and awesome and smart, and these are the qualifications that make me the person who is allowed to talk to you guys about gingerbread for the next like 2 to 3, maybe 1 hour, depending on how long it takes me. If you guys leave in the middle of my presentation, I am legally required to come and hunt you down and bring you back. I will give you a quiz. I know if you leave. I am always aware. You guys don't realize this. I'm a psychic. Okay, I'm a psychic. I'm a psychic. I know everything. I just realized the background music's probably super loud. Anyway, I know everything. I'm like screaming at you guys. I'm sorry. It's just how I am. I apologize because I'm not sorry because this is what you signed up for. This is what you signed up for. When you join this stream, you come into this stream, you sign up to be yelled at. I'm just kidding. I am joking. But yes. So, anyway, let's strap in, get ready for this wonderful normal person behavior video extravaganza, okay? So, I'm sure all of the question on your guys' mind is, yeah, trust me, my source, trust me, I know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, so I'm sure what the question is on all of your guys' mind, this burning question, yeah, we know. The burning question on your mind is, what incarnation is gingerbread? Well, I'm glad you guys asked. According to Merriam-Webster source, I made it the fuck up, yes. You censor yourself. Does it censor for you, or did you censor yourself? Anyway, gingerbread is a cake whose ingredients include molasses, and ginger, okay? I don't know. You censored yourself. How dare you? But yeah, it's molasses and ginger. And I hope everybody knows what molasses is and ginger, okay? Or, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, not molasses. Yes, molasses. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, molasses also makes rum, yes. Rum is also very important for this presentation. I'm serious. I don't think about molasses or rum ever, okay? Not even a little bit, like 98% of the time. But today, I have thought a lot about both of those things. Probably more than I really should be. I don't know what to say. I've seen those words a lot. I'm not, interested in molasses or rum. I'm not a molasses kind of a person, okay? However, yeah, they apparently use it for lots of stuff back in the ye old days, which is what all this stuff is from. All this stuff is like ye old days food, so that's why it's all tradition. Anyway, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, right, it's a kind of cake, pudding, or now, most commonly, biscuit flavored with ginger or other spices. I hate pudding, okay? I'm sorry. I cannot handle, liquidy foods. I don't care if it's salt, if it's freaking sweet. It's not bread. It's a biscuit. It's a biscuit. It's solid. It is beautiful. It's crispy. It's crunchy. I like crunchy. It's fucking lying. It's not lying. I looked this up. I cited my sources. I cited everything. I promise. Yes, I like crunchy foods. I don't like solid, or I don't like liquids, okay? I cannot stand liquid foods. I hate chicken pot pie because chicken pot pie is both solid and liquid at the same time. I hate it. It's like solid on the outside and liquid on the inside. Who does that? Thank you for the gift of sub. You're like, let me make her descent into madness faster. No, listen, I cannot stand chicken pot pie. Mike Isagy, I agree. I hate it so. I hate good things. I'm sorry. No. Listen, okay. I cannot stand liquidy food. It's like chicken, but it's liquid. I don't understand. My tiny brain cannot comprehend. I don't get it anyway. But yeah, okay. So I'm glad that gingerbread went the solid food route and not the pudding route. Because imagine if instead of having gingerbread houses, we had pudding houses. What the fuck would that be? That would be garbage. Let me tell you that, garbage, okay? Literally so horrible. What is going on here? Also, fun fact, gingerbread used to be an adjective, okay? It used to mean something that is like a kind of showy or insubstantial with reference to the gilt or other decoration typically added to the surface of gingerbread. So you see this wonderful, smiling, super happy face. So it's talking about this stuff here, you know, where it's like this stuff doesn't really add anything, but it makes it look fancy. And so, like, for instance, you could use it, like, to say, like, those lords of gingerbread agati crew, I don't know what, or you could say, that gingerbread cheesy, what a cheesy gal. So I think that is better. But look how happy he is. Look him in the eyes. Look how soulless he is. I'm scared of gingerbread cookies. I did do some research. I did math, yes. I am, like, very mathy. I am like super duper into calculus. I understand like derivatives. Gingerbread house told me not to eat it. I don't know. I have like a hard time with gingerbread houses because I feel like it's a lot of sugar. Like after a certain amount of time, it becomes like hard for me to eat. Did he make it, or did he like get it like a box, like the box one? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I probably sound like an insane person. Did he make it, or did he get like the box, the box? You know what I mean? He made it. He made it. Okay. I'm sorry. I hate the like freaking structurally unsoundedness of gingerbread everything because I don't understand why it has to be this way. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like it's very much like I don't know why that's what we chose. Like we could add so many other. Well, I do know why. I will tell you why. But it's like a castle with a porculus made out of pretzels. That's awesome. Gingerbread parking garage. I mean, that's one way to like kill a lot of people. Portcullis. I don't know a lot about castle architecture. My apologies. Makes me sad. I feel like I am missing out. I need to know more about like castle architecture. I don't know anything. Which makes me really sad. But yeah, anyway. So, yeah, this is the reason we have like these super duper old stuff next episode. Castle architecture, yes. Alright, so that's the introduction to gingerbread. I hope you guys know what it is. If I did not explain it well enough, well, I'm sorry. That's a you problem. You guys deal with it. The most important castle feature is the murder hole. I need like a fancy name. Call it like the freaking death spiral or something. I don't know. Murder hole. I love murder holes. I think the murder hole is the most important thing at anybody's house. And if you don't have a murder hole, then what are you doing with your life? Like you're ruining your own life if you don't have a nice murder hole. And oblette is. What the freak is this? It's an escape route. Never let them escape. Trap them inside the house. I wish I lived in a castle. I wish I lived in a castle. I think I deserve to live in one. I only speak the truth. Exactly. I know I'm the only person who knows the truth. Trap and pour the hot one. What is that freaking foam? Guys remember freaking Gingy from freaking Shrek? I don't know what. Remember like the gigantic one? The gigantic gingerbread man from Shrek? I love that thing. I don't know why. It brings me great joy. Anyway, we can be upgraded from basement to dungeon. You guys want to be in the dungeon? The murder dungeon. Mungo. Oh, Mungo, yes! Yes. And, oh God. Oh God, OL. There we go. Oh my God! Look at this thing. Oh, Bully-et. Fuck. Let's see. I escape route. It auto-corrected for you, don't worry. So, now that I have taught you guys all what gingerbread is, because apparently, I needed to do that for my own sake. Oh, Bully-et. Oh, yes, okay, thank you, for giving us a Canadian. Alright. So, where does ginger come from? If you guys didn't know, it's a plant. It's a plant. It's called Zinjimber. I can't say it. Officinale, okay, yes. Obli. Yeah, I have one of these, yes. So ginger is, like the ginger that we have, yes. That thing. Is a rhizome or the root of a plant called this. I'm not gonna continue trying to say it. Ever been told to drink ginger ale when you're sick? So the ginger root has long been said to have medicinal properties, right? And is a staple in lots of herbal medicine. So like, you know, I don't know if you guys ever heard like Chinese medicine, but it's like, yeah, Canada Dry. I love Canada Dry. I love the freaking cranberry Canada Dry ginger ale. I don't know how to describe it, but it's beautiful to me. I love it so much. It makes me so happy. I wish. Yes, it is. It's so freaking good. Every year. Welcome, Sanctuary. Gingerbread is anything but a bread. Exactly. It's a pudding now, apparently. I hate pudding. I hate pudding. I hate bread. I don't even know what bread pudding is, but I hate it. I've never had it before, but I already hate it. What is it, freaking banana pudding? No. The only good thing about banana pudding is the vanilla wafers that they put in there. I don't like anything else. That's great stuff. The Canada Dry the pudding. Which one? Which one? I love the Canada Dry ginger ale with the cranberry in it. It's so freaking good. It's so freaking good, okay? I think it's beautiful. And ginger, right? So ginger roots used in a lot of medicinal ways, herbal medicine. This is kind of what ginger looks like. This is what the plant looks like. I made this slide for you guys. Oh, wow, Chi, it's so beautiful, Chi. Wow, good job, Chi. Oh, thank you, chat. You guys are so nice. Wow, thank you guys so much for complimenting me. All right, let's see. So, it's used for the treatment of rheumatoid arthritis, nausea, cancer, and diabetes. I've also seen it's been used for, wow. I've also seen it's been used for like treating dementia and stuff. Like mostly what it does is it helps to reduce like inflammation, which is why it works for things like you know, rheumatoid arthritis and nausea. You know, I don't know if it works right, okay? I don't really know if it works, okay? I'm not a doctor, okay? I don't think I look like a doctor at all. But what if I was a doctor, guys? Would you trust me? If I was a surgeon, would you guys trust me to do surgery on you? Would you guys trust me to do surgery on you? I got all of those diseases. I don't believe you. Nani? What if I was, like, what if you guys showed up one day? It's a beautiful slide, too, thank you. Yeah, like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Yes, like and subscribe on YouTube. It's a beautiful slide. Yes, thank you, guys. Wow, you guys didn't have to say that. Oh my gosh. Solely on amputations. Oh my gosh, you guys were just... No! Listen. What if I showed up one day? If you guys had to go like surgery and you see me standing there, would you guys trust me? Or would you guys like run out of the freaking like surgical room? I'd be so freaking scared. Imagine me doing it, okay? Imagine me doing it. Would you guys trust me? Like, what if I told you I'm actually a craniofacial surgeon, Would you guys believe me? What the freak? Why didn't it work? Oh, no. Stinky cheese, I'd be confused. You can't run away from me. You cannot run away from me. I'd catch you. I'm actually super duper fast. Get all the cheese implants. Queso is not sterile. What if I like dunked my hands in like a whole bunch of like rubbing alcohol? Would you trust me? I like dunked my hands straight in. I'm like dripping. If the other doctors thought you should be there, it'd be hard to argue. That's actually surprisingly nice. I wouldn't expect you to say that. I wouldn't expect you to say that. What if I was the most amazing doctor? I don't like gloves. No, I have to feel the organs when I do surgery. I have to touch them. That's like the whole point. Why would I do surgery on someone if I can't feel their organs? If I can't gently caress their liver while I'm wrap it up. Okay. Anyway, so basically this is the plant. Gotta buy me. Yes. Anyway, so this is the plant that it comes from. Okay, see this? This is the ginger plant. It's a plant. Okay, I promise you this is a plant. It is not anything else. It's a plant. I promise. It's a plant. Okay? So there's like a lot of studies on how ginger works. There's like a whole bunch of things about it where it's like 6 ginger ale, which is a kind of, looks like a presentation slide to me. No, the whole thing is a plant, I promise. The presentation slide and everything is a plant, I promise. Anyway. Since now we know where ginger comes from, right? And that everyone knows that I am totally a doctor, okay? I am sure the next burning question in your mind is, how long ago was it invented? Well, I don't know, and nobody else does either. Nobody else knows how long ago it was invented. It's been a long freaking time. Nobody knows. It's kind of sad. It's whatever. It is what it is. You know. I looked really hard for this. I worked so hard. Nobody knows when it was invented. It just kind of showed up one day. One of the earliest recipes, the witch knows. The witch knows. I'm not a witch. So, it's from a really long freaking time ago, right? This is like 15th century gingerbread, okay? It's from like the 1400s. Right! Which is why this recipe is in Old English. I don't know if you guys read it, but it's not, this is not regular English. Okay, look at it. Saffron, powder pepper, and I don't know what this means. Thereon, take grated bread and make it so chargant that it would be leached. Then take powder cannelle and strop thereon, and now, then make it square, like as thou would leach it. Yeah, it's cool, right? Isn't it cool? I spent so much time working on this. Okay, so this is like, this is what it would look like, kind of. Someone made a recreation of what the 1400s gingerbread would look like, right? Right? So, yes. Yes. Yeah. So, one important thing to note is number one is like when your grandparents see the word Riz. Yeah, I've been really freaking upset. It looks more like actual bread. Yeah, it does look like bread. It really does. So, like, it's a gingerbread with a Y, and that's spelled like this. So, one thing to note is that, one, it uses honey and not sugar. No sugar. Also, not anywhere does it mention having ginger in it. It doesn't actually have ginger in this recipe at all. So, it's called gingerbread, so I guess is what it is. Basically, it uses honey as sweetener. And it uses breadcrumbs as, like, instead of flour, it uses breadcrumbs because, color of ginger. Oh, yeah! You know what's really interesting? So, okay, so, take a quart of honey and seethe it. So that's like, what's it called? You, like, turn it, you, like, heat it up and then you skim it. You, like, skim out the stuff from it. I don't know what exactly, how they did that. You take saffron, which is this kind of thing, and powdered pepper, right? And then you throw something on there. You take, like, you know, breadcrumbs. And then you also have freaking cinnamon at some point in here. They also had cloves. So you see this little thing right here? That's a clove. You see? So no ginger and no bread. Well, it has breadcrumbs. It's close enough. It's close enough, okay? It's, like, very similar. I promise. So you put the cloves in here. There's like little cloves. See, that's cloves and what cloves look like. And then, you know what they would color it using? They would use, like, bits of the tree bark. Red tree bark. That's what they would use. Yeah, I don't know what to say. They would color it using red tree, like, shavings. They eat this stuff. People would eat this stuff. They freaking wood shavings and stuff. It's really freaky. I don't know if I like it very much. I don't know. Yes, fiber. Extreme fibrous diets. Better for you than, like, Raisin Bran Crunch or something. I don't know. This stuff is really weird to me, but hey, I'm in. I don't know. But yeah, it looks super duper fancy to people back in this time. Like this, you see this? This is like a meal for kings. Because if you had saffron, ooh, you'd be getting all the fly honeys. All the girls would be like, ooh, you have saffron? Oh my gosh. Because you're like super rich if you got saffron and stuff. Because it's really expensive to have like cloves and saffron back in the ye old days. I also fill my bread with sawdust to bulk up my oatmeal because I too am. Yeah, see, it is. It's really sad. I don't know. I feel like their lives were so sad back then. They didn't have like flour. Really? I mean, not that much. I mean, most people just have like bread. You just buy bread from like a baker. I don't know. It is like nothing to protect you from like getting sawdust in your food. Like imagine you go to your local like freaking supermarket and then you just see like the baker in the back like throwing a whole bunch of like sawdust in there to make sure that it's like puffed up bread. That was the thing that they used to do in the ye olde days. I'm like 98% sure. I'm like 89% certain. You know what I mean? But yeah, so basically it was like super duper expensive at the time. So if you had this, right, you had like all of these spices, right? You're a spicy man. You get all of the spice, you get all the ladies, and you'll be super cool, right? Plus, on top of this, since it's so spicy, it gets rid of the smell that you have, since like nobody freaking showered back then. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it probably smelled like booty cheeks everywhere and like absolute garbage, because don't forget they lived around animals. Have you been to a farm? You know what I mean? Farms smell like booty, okay? And nobody showered, not a single one. So not only can you flex how rich you are, how many like, you know, freaking the balloons you have, you can also flex that you don't stink as bad as all the other people around you. So that's pretty good. Well, some couldn't read either, and France was the height of technology, the whole. This is school cafeteria kind of food, yes. Man, this is horrible. Yeah, I don't know. These people don't seem to be able to survive very well. I don't know what to say. I feel like this time period, the 1400s, is like the worst time to have a nose, okay? You know how people will sit here all day long and be like, oh, I think one single like sip of like McDonald's Sprite would kill a Victorian era child. If you took yourself back and you took in one big whiff of the Victorian era, you'd probably pass out immediately or throw up, or it was nasty. Yeah, that was gross. They only cleaned one time a month and they were scared of Vikings because they cleaned daily. Oh no! Oh man. Yo, it's so nasty. You'd be nose blind. Yeah, I feel like if you go back in time now and you smelled anybody, you'd be like, I can't imagine. It sounds nasty. I'm sorry. It sounds nasty. I cannot imagine how nasty these people smell. Like, I've seen some, like, what's it called? I've been to, like, a farm before. It's nasty. I don't know what to say. Vikings were cleaner. Everyone is, you know, they used to just take bed, like, you know, like the stinky sheet will fit right in. Exactly. I was born in the wrong time period. Send me back to the 1400s so I can stink right along with all the sheep and cows and stuff. I deserve to be back in this time. I just cover myself in a whole bunch of spices every day so I don't smell nasty. Even the poor of us live better than the kings. Exactly. I mean, back in those days, you probably, like, you get, like, a freaking cut, you're done. You get a cut, you're dead. It doesn't matter how tough you are. You get one cut, one thing of bacteria, and then you're done. I know they clean the table wiping all those. They used to, okay. So you know how they have chamber pots? You know what I mean? You know what they would do with the chamber pots? You get a window, you open it up, take the chamber pot, throw it out into the streets. Nobody cleaned it up. Everybody was walking on that stuff. Nasty. Out the fronty window, yes. Nobody cleaned anything. There was no trash men. No one picked anything out. Typing stroke. Yes. No one cleared anything out. No one cleared anything out, okay? Everyone was dying of cholera and malaria and like yellow fever, black plague. Everyone was freaking dying. Nobody was alive. Everybody had like a life expectancy of like 5 years old. Maybe like scarlet fever. I don't know why everything's named after colors. You got like, like what are giant plague? Exactly. Oh my gosh, guys. Why are we all dying when we put our poop out onto the floor? I don't understand how I always end up talking about like feces in every single stream, but it's important to realize. You guys should all be happy that you don't have to worry about your poop getting in your like freaking water supply. Silver's in the third from adding wood chips for diet. Exactly. Imagine living in this time period. I cannot freaking imagine. Not only does it smell bad, the food is worse. You know, you like have to, what's it called? I don't know. It's all horrible. I'm sorry. Not to be mean or anything. There's like a whole bunch of problems. A whole bunch of issues, okay? And like, I don't know. It's like sucks. It sucks. It really did suck. Living back in this time period, it would be horrible. Yeah, I could not survive. The hygiene in that area wasn't very good. They don't have the sewers. Yes, that's what I'm saying. They would just throw it all in everything on the ground. That's it. That's it. It's not clean. It's not clean. I remember there was this one. How did humans survive? Barely. You're just really tough, I guess. It's like, what's it called? You just have like enough people. You just have so many people that a few of them survive, and that's enough. A lot of people did not survive. They would have like 12 children, and only like 2 would make it past infancy. That's really bad. Going to a doctor was a death sentence. Oh my god. I saw a video of like an amputation from the Civil War area, and like not real, but like a simulate. It was so nasty. I can't imagine. They're like, your arm is infected. Let me take that off for you. Could you imagine? I'm definitely like a Civil War era doctor. Black Death, yes. Yes, it's horrible stuff. Smallpox, you know, you'd have like the stuff all over your face. You'd have the pox, you know, all over your face for the rest of your life. The people who got smallpox, they would always have it. Headache, time to get the drill. Time to get the drill, yeah. Lobotomy time, guys. Listen, I would definitely get lobotomized. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you. I say like one thing, that's a joke. They're like, she's got evil spirits in her head. Time to lobotomize. I would not survive. I would not survive. I would certainly die. Cheeseobotomy. Most people, exactly. Infection was a heck of a thing. Really bad stuff. Hand washing didn't exist. They didn't believe in hand washing. Actually, a lot of people, it was very, how should I say, like when hand washing was first introduced, let's just say the guy who introduced it got committed to a mental institution and then got murdered. That's what happened. Lobotomy, yes. I deserve how do you guys know I'm not lobotomized right now? Yeah, I don't know. It's like scary, and like stuff is also recent. Like think about this. This is like in the 1400s, right? And they really didn't come up with hand washing until I think like the late 1800s. So, and yeah, they wouldn't accept hand washing until germ theory became a thing, which was like hard to prove with like, you know, the ye old days. Yeah, I am super lobotomized. I'm just joking. I'm joking. But yeah, I think it's crazy. It's crazy, okay? And like, I don't know how on earth these people figured out anything. Like, they're sitting here coming up with like gravity, not gravity, but like, you know, germ theory origins is wild. Yes, everything is wild back in these days. Back in the ye old days, everything was garbage. Everyone was dying. There was wars everywhere. I guess the best thing you probably could do at the time was die. I don't know what to say. You like have like a horrible time. You have like one set of clothing too. Like don't forget that. So not only do you not shower ever, right? Or maybe you do shower. Let's say you shower once every couple weeks, okay? Your water supply is probably contaminated too. Drink meat and die. Yeah, exactly. No, because like you probably don't have that many. They used to only have like a couple, maybe like 1 or 2 dresses. Like if you're a woman, you only have like 1 or 2 dresses. That's it. And you have like 4 different layers. They really gave out whiskey as an anesthesia. Yeah. If they just put on the knives, they'd live. Exactly. I don't know what to say. I feel like, oh, this is horrible. It's horrible. Like you see all those photos of like the children back in the ye old days where they're just like, you know, like they're like, I've lived 5,000 lifetimes over the series of 12 years. And they all look like they're about to die. Yeah, I don't blame them. If I had to go through that and I was like 10 years old, I think I too would look like I've lived like 40 lifetimes. Because they always, like, you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. They look so depressed. It's so sad. Anyway. Yeah, rats and mice everywhere. Everywhere. It's garbage. Actually garbage. And, like, you can't do anything. Like, what are you supposed to do? Put out some cats? And then what if the cats... And then, here's the thing, too, right? So, you put out, like, animals. When you have a certain number of animals, you risk things like mange and rabies. And rabies is super dangerous. If you're a person, you know if you get rabies, you're, like, done. I'm serious. You either get like a, you have a vaccine, but like back then you're done. Like you're done. That's it. Because rabies is like, it kills everybody. You're not surviving that. I love meat. I've never had it. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like the ye old days are scary. I don't know what to say. I can't believe there are people like painting like freaking Renaissance paintings and stuff in like this stuff. I don't know how they did that. I don't know how. Like think about this. Like someone's out here freaking doing like Michelangelo level of stuff. I don't know how they do that. Like you're trying your best to not get like, you get bit by a mosquito, you're dead. Rabies, yeah, I've seen it. It's really sad. It's so sad. But yeah, and I mean, even nowadays, if you get rabies in some countries, you're not gonna survive. And so, yeah, just I'm happy that I don't live in the 1400s. That's number one, the smell. Number two, the hygiene. So I'm happy. I might stink a little bit, but that's okay. Subto dead. You lie the wrong way, dead. You're sitting out too long, a mosquito bites you while you're sleeping, dead. A bat bites you while you're sleeping, dead. Everything dead. You don't survive anything, ever. It's so sad. It's so sad. And yet still people like survived and they made lots of cool things. I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know. People didn't get into cat keeping until the 1800s because it was considered feminine. And during the plague, that's why there were so many witch hunts. Cats equal not plague. Yeah, that would be nice, A lot of times when there are people who are trying to make things better, they would get, like, murdered. Like what I said, like, for instance, Da Vinci robbing masterpiece painting while people die in the most horrible ways. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. These people are crazy, too. Like, they had, like, the iron bull? Or no, the bronze bull? Where they, like, torture people. They had torture stuff. Everything was wild. Trebuchet. I love me some good trebuchets. Freaking, I have this vision in my mind where I just like put a giant like cheese wheel into a trebuchet and I just let it fly. I love, okay, I'm sorry. I'm like a big history person. I love history, but like I think it's very interesting. Those things were sad. And he's like, someone was like, like this one guy named Semmelweis, right? He was the guy who decided to be like, all these pregnant women are women who just gave birth are dying. And they're not dying when there's like, the nurses taking care of them, and the nurses would wash their hands. And then they would die when the like doctors and the residents were taking care of them after they would touch dead bodies and they wouldn't wash their hands. Yeah, exactly. They kill everybody. They kill everyone. It was really bad. Yeah. I'm happy that I live in the time of anime girls and internet. Yeah. Yay! Human changes. Ballistas and oblettes and trebuchets. Yeah, we can have all the good stuff now without any of the bad things, which is nice. Alright, next one. So this is back to gingerbread. I don't know how we got here. I'm sorry. So now, okay, here's the thing. I did not make a typo, okay? They used to call gingerbread, they used to call recipes receipts. I'm serious. I promise you this is not me being funny. They used to call recipes receipts, okay? Receipts. And so, here's one. So by the 17th century, right, this thing called treacle, see, treacle. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, treacle, this thing here. Was like something that was being used as an alternative to a sweetener to honey. So they used honey for a long time, right? See? Honey, treacle, right? And so, since there was a huge sugarcane trade at the time, treacle was a byproduct of that, so they used it since they had a large amount of it. Now, yeah. Like, it looks like chocolate cake. This is the gingerbread from like the 1694 is when this was made. And so, or not, obviously not like, but like this is a recreation of it. Obviously, I'm not showing you like 400-year-old gingerbread. Wait. 300-year-old gingerbread. Wait, no freaking way. 300 years? Oh no. Okay, anyway. So, they also finally started to use flour, which they spelled Flower. Different. And then, treacle. So it kind of is interesting to look at this stuff because You know, can't dox the OG gingerbread. Exactly. Yeah, yum. It looks better. What do you guys like this better, or do you guys like this better? Be honest. Which one looks better to you? You guys messing with the honey, or are you guys liking the treacle better? Which is better? I think it's pretty cool. I think it's neat. But like, I don't know, wood chips though, yeah. I'm missing out on my daily intake of my wood chips if I don't have this one. Recipe and French's receipts. Exactly, see, it makes sense. It's really cool stuff because you think about this, right? So everything, like all of our like food ingredients and stuff, right? It changes over time based on technology, all that stuff. You have this one. It's really interesting. I think it's so different. But yeah, it's this thing called treacle. Talk about I have ovens. I don't know how they made ovens back in these days. I don't know what to say. But yeah. So they have this. And then, so interesting thing is the history of ketchup is wild. I don't know anything about the history of ketchup. So here's the thing, right? So first, gingerbread became associated with fairs, okay? And sometimes they'd have gingerbread molds. They still have these nowadays. They hand carve them. Some people still hand carve these. You know what I'm saying? And like, I really want to make like a supersonico, like gingerbread mold, like a cookie mold. I'll have like a freaking like really, really topological supersonico mold. That would be perfect. That's what it is next week. Maybe. But now, instead of having these wonderful fancy things, which people hand carved back when they were all dying of like malaria and cholera and stuff, now we have this instead. So I don't know what to say. This is what we got now. They are called fairings at the time. And then here's the thing too. So you know how I said nobody really knows when gingerbread like first showed up? Yeah. The thing is, nobody actually knows how it became associated with like Christmas either. Her giant gingerbread personalities. Yeah, I like Supersonico because she's just so interesting and intellectual. Plywood texture gingerbread cookies, yes, exactly. See, this makes sure you get your daily intake of wood shavings and stuff, wood chipping. I gotta make sure I'm giving you guys enough wood shavings every day. Make sure you get that in your diet. But yeah, so these are hand carved. I think that's crazy. I don't know how other people are doing this kind of stuff back in the days when they was like, I got bit by a mosquito. Guess I'm gonna die now. I don't know. I'm just saying, how on earth did they have time to do this? But we only have time to do this. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's very cool. This gingerbread man. So, and then here's the thing. So, the very first American cookbook ever actually has a gingerbread recipe. Let me move you guys out of the way because the chat's in the way. So this is the very first gingerbread. This is the very first gingerbread like recipe. Someone did a recreation, which is really interesting. So this lady named Amelia Simmons made like one of the first ever freaking like cookbooks in the United States. And this is what it looked like, this thing on the right. She wrote all this stuff. There was like 3 versions of it. This is the one I was able to find with an actual like recreation of it. So it like actually looks like gingerbread, like actual bread. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think it's cool. Thanks to her, she didn't actually call it a recipe or a receipt as far as I know. It's actually a recipe, which I think is super duper 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 nice. So yeah, here's the thing. No one actually knows how on earth gingerbread became associated with Christmas. Like, it might have something to do with the British royal family because like one of them would dress up as Santa Claus and give it to their kids. So that's one thing. Also one of the like, queens would like give her dog gingerbread, which was kind of weird. But hey, I don't know. I mean, everyone was dying back in the day. I don't think that they cared that much about if their dogs died or not, so. But yeah, some people, so there are some weird stories. There was this one guy in the 1960s named Hans Traxler who was talking about like Hansel and Gretel, right? Because Hansel and Gretel has like the first ever quote unquote gingerbread house, right? And so Like, it wasn't technically a gingerbread house. If you read the original Hansel and Gretel thing, it's like a house made out of cake or something. I don't know. Anyway, so, like, this guy was like, I'm going to lie to everybody and say that I found the true story behind Hansel and Gretel. And he was saying that he found some notes from some archaeologist guy. And he said that the two siblings, Hansel and Gretel, were actually adult bakers in the 17th century who were desperate to get their hands on a gingerbread recipe belonging to their neighbor named Katerina. And Hans even asked Katerina to marry him so that he could get a recipe, but she said no. And then she left, and then they went and murdered her. They burned her house to the ground because they couldn't find the gingerbread recipe after they murdered this lady. And then, yeah. Anyway, he just lied to everybody. He was like, how will I end up spreading misinformation? Not on the internet, but regular places. But anyway, this side guys ended up, making gingerbread houses with your family and all of that stuff. So some people make some pretty crazy gingerbread stuff, right? Some pretty crazy gingerbread stuff. So this is a Disney one. I found it on like a Disney blog. So they make a giant house. Like, you see, these are people for scale. It's like they're like this tall. So it's pretty freaking gigantic. It's not like all made out of gingerbread. I think they have like a base made out of something else that they just put the gingerbread on top of. But it's still pretty cool. I think it's neat. I think it's really cool. It really is a house. It's in their Grand Floridian Hotel, actually larger than my home. This thing would cost like, like $6K a month in like freaking California or something. Very expensive. I want to live in here. I don't know how on earth they do this. Like, there's like videos of them doing it. I've seen it like on Instagram and stuff where the people are like putting the shingles on the house. It looks crazy. I don't know. It's in one of their hotels. It like sits in the like lobby all like month or something. I don't know. I think it looks insane, in my opinion. There's also villages. This one's not, but this one's not the largest one ever, but the largest one ever is kind of ugly. I'm sorry. There's like a Guinness World Record for like the largest gingerbread ever, but it's ugly. This one's prettier. It's in Norway. And so I like this one. I think it's super duper cute, right? You know what I mean? So I think it's adorable. I would live here. I don't know about you guys, but I would live in the Norwegian, like, gingerbread village. I like it a lot. I think it's so cool. I think it's so cute. Look at this one's got a little heart. A little heart on it. That's so nice. That's so nice. And I feel like everyone that lives here would be so nice. Looks peaceful. Let me eat their houses. I'm about to go Godzilla on this place. About to destroy their entire lives. Pretty cozy looking. That's nuts. No, it's gingerbread. But yeah, I think it's so nice. It's so nice. It's so cute. Wood. No! Don't smash it. It's cute. It's cute. Let it be. Anyway, so I got some fun facts about gingerbread, okay? So fun fact. Hanging some gingerbread in your house can make it smell just like fresh cooked gingerbread. See? You just gotta hang them up like this. It'll make it smell super duper nice. Also, gingerbread was believed by some ancient civilizations to actually grant eternal youth, which is really interesting. The idea was that the combination of spices had mystical properties that would slow down the aging process. I'm just kidding. Neither of those facts are real. I was just lying to you. I'm sorry. I like spreading misinformation on the internet. I think it's really fun. Anyway, do you like my little gingerbread man? So, that's like a short history of gingerbread. That's the best I could find. I love this little house. No! Don't hit me because I'm memeing on you. Don't get mad. Look how happy he is. He's so excited. Look at him up there. He's just so happy. Can't you tell? He's so happy. Look at him. Anyway. So this is the gingerbread. Anybody have any questions? Just hang in there, yeah. Any questions about gingerbread? Yes or no? Now. Ask now! If you don't ask, right now I'm not answering. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to ask your questions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, next one. Next one. All right. Here's a brief history of the candy cane. Que los pano. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I don't speak Spanish. I don't know how I think there's some, like, I feel like minimalism is a thing. And, like, they used to have some really weird stuff where they had chickens and trousers as one of the molds. They had, like, King George III, I think, as a mold option. It was really interesting. Alright, so we got a brief history. Welcome, Kari. How you doing? How you doing? Candy cane. So, some people... Okay, here. So, no one really knows when they showed up. Chicken and trousers. Yeah, they thought it was really funny. That was, like, their shit posting back in the day. It was so funny. We're still in class. More class. Yeah, candy canes likely evolved something like called pooled sugars, which everyone liked, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's just sugars that were, like, you know, warmed up and then put together and then stretched out. And so there's this one legend that people like to cite as the invention of the candy cane. So this is the Cologne Cathedral, right? According to the legend, I guess, legend or whatever. The choir boys in this cathedral were being too rambunctious, so their choir master gave them a candy cane. And then, or I guess sugar sticks at the time. And then he tried to help them chill out. And then the people at the church were like, wow, that is so informal, how dare you? And so he bent them so they looked like canes. And he was like, wow, look, it's like, you know, Jesus themed now, so yeah. That's basically it. And then, yeah. Basically, that's something. What a punishment. Yeah, I know. I wish I got sugar every time I acted up too. But yeah, it's possible. That could have been it. Most people think it's just like, you know, German people are like, I have this tree. Let me hang this on the tree. And then that's the reason they added hooks. So that's pretty much it.
Just chill out.
Eat a moon pie.
You know, drink a 7-Up. Eat a moon pie.
I don't have, you know, they used to have like bread made out of 7-Up, like 7-Up flavored bread. Can I have a candy cane? No, you may not have a candy cane. Oh yeah, so originally they were just white. You know, they were originally just white, like just straight white, and the red stripes were just added on because like somebody was like, how can I better market this? I want to try that bread, the 7-Up bread, or yeah, 7-Up bread, try it. They also have, like, they used to have it. You should try it. Yeah, so, there's, like, a lot of different flavors of candy canes. I don't like people very much all the time. Yeah, I know. I don't know what this tastes like. I don't know what possum tastes like. I'm not that geeky, but someone did this. At some point, can I get a glass of water? No! Suffer. You should have asked for that during the break. So I found a bunch of weird ones. This is not even they have, so they got this one, right? The possum flavored candy canes. These look normal. They have a Caesar salad one, a hot dog one, a bacon one, sour cream and onion, butter gravy sardine, mac and cheese, kale, shiitake mushroom, pickle, and pho. They also have more, but these are some of the ones that I found. So, there's not very much information about candy canes. Bacon could be, that's what I thought too. I think the best option would be bacon. If I'd eat any of these, it would not be the possum one. I have no idea what this tastes like, but it makes me want to die. I hate this. Why did someone make this? Who made this? Anyway, oh yeah, so basically, some fun trivia is that the largest candy cane ever made, right, was 51 feet long. Maple bacon candy canes does not sound bad. I also don't know if I like it. I don't know what to say. It stresses me out. It stresses me out because I don't even really like regular candy canes that much. And so I wouldn't want to eat any of these just in case, so I don't know. That's too much. Go to the corner of shame. The corner of shame. Don't call it that. Not the corner of shame. Alright, let's see. So, that's all I could really find. I'm serious. There's not very much information. Basically, it's just like somebody wanted to market candy canes, so they were like, wow, let's make this Christmas themed. That's it. That's really all that happened. I couldn't find anything. Fruitcake's so good. You're the only person that thinks that. I promise you. You are like the only person that I've ever heard say that my entire life. So, guys, if you guys don't know what fruitcake is, according to Merriam-Webster, never tried it. Me neither. I've never had fruitcake. Okay, apparently, there's like a lot of information about fruitcake. There's like a lot of history about fruitcake for some reason. I'm not sure why, but there is. There is. So basically, dip it in eggnog. I've never had eggnog either. No, I don't know. So basically, it's a rich cake containing nuts, dried or candied fruit, spices, and usually alcohol like rum or brandy. A fruit cake is a type of cake that is made with, or it's also another version. Another definition is a fruit cake is a kind of cake that is made with chopped candied or dried fruit, nuts, and spices, sometimes soaked in alcohol as a flavor enhancer or preservative, okay? Eggnog is good. It's basically drinking cake batter. Is it really? No way. No way. What kind do you get? I've never had eggnog before, but I'm scared of it. It stresses me out because it's like straight eggs. I don't eat straight eggs. I don't know. Well, we find why I like it then. The fruit cake. I only eat fruit cake for the rum. So basically, fruit cake has been around for freaking ever, obviously. So, yes, fruit cake has been around since like the Romans, right? Since the Romans. It has its roots in ancient Rome, where they would make a mixture of barley mash, raisins, pine nuts, and wine, and pomegranate seeds. They are formed into a cake-like shape, right? They make it like kind of into a cake. Obviously, it didn't actually look like this. It didn't actually look like that. But it was like, kind of the same thing. They called it satura, and it was considered a type of like meal ready to eat, or like an energy bar, like a Cliff Bar. Fructus Kickius Maximus, Yes, Fructus Kickius Maximus. And it was often carried by the soldiers. Why does Julius Caesar have bread? Stitches, you're late. Stitches, you are late. You are so late. I'm so upset. You missed everything about gingerbread. I gotta start over now. Romans rule everything while they can't rule shit because mad at Yeah, they go crazy with power. Yeah, exactly. Emperors. Yeah, exactly. Ow! Anyway, so basically, it was carried by Roman soldiers, right? It was just kind of like something that people would eat. They're like, okay, let's just put a whole bunch of like stuff in here. Whatever we got into the bread, take it, eat it, because it wouldn't go bad. Since it was dunked in alcohol, it was preserved to an extent. So it was very good for people who were going on long marches, like forever, okay? So, also, it's not just the Romans, but also Egyptians would bury their pharaohs with fruitcake. And sanitary, exactly. Finally, something sanitary. And we went backwards, because this is not the 1400s. How do we go backwards? Anyway, oh, freaking backwards. How did they have aqueducts, and yet people were throwing poop onto the ground in the 1400s? Explain that to me. What happened? What happened? We were doing so good. We were doing so good, and then we went backwards. Got my water, and no one could stop me. I'm calling the principal. Anyway, so now we're back to the 1400s, right? So the Romans would carry it around. It's their little like energy bar, their Cliff Bar, what have you. Fall of Rome, exactly. 1 step forward, 3 steps off a mountain. Yes, exactly. Looks like he's getting chokehold by the bear. I agree with you. He's carrying a standard. I think that's a standard, I believe. Either that or it's the flag. I can't remember which one it is. We have sub badges now. Some people have sub badges. I haven't finished them. I got milk for the first month. Everyone's milk for the first month. And then it's like one piece of cheese. And then it's like a thing of cheese. But no one has 2 months. Anyway, so, okay, we go from Rome and Egypt to medieval Europe. Because medieval Europe is so wonderful, yay. Anyway, medieval times, as I said before, with the gingerbread, if you guys remember, honey was a very common sweetener because we haven't gotten to the point where we're getting a lot of sugar and spices and nutmeg and cinnamon and cloves were all like super duper cool. And you know, that's how you get your girlfriend back in the days where you're like, ooh, look at me. I got spices, honey. I got spices. So, honey, yummy, exactly. They would use like fruits with like other stuff and they make cake. Kind of good, I guess. The Crusaders, I believe, I have to check, I have to fact check this again. But it's been said that like the Crusaders helped to influence us because they bring back, you know, different kinds of spices and fruits. And people would start eating them more often, which I thought was pretty cool. But yeah, basically, if you had this kind of stuff, you're pretty cool. You know, you're pretty fancy, you know. See, and this is the thing. How on earth are they even painting anything? Sounds like the Powerpuff Girls recipe. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. That's how I was made. I was made like a Powerpuff Girl. I just like appeared one day. I like am so strong. My energy in the universe made me appear because I'm just that strong. That's exactly what happened. No one ever fact checked. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Power cheese girl, yes, exactly. Sugar, cheese, and everything nice. Let's see. Yeah, so basically they've been doing this for a long time. We've been making freaking fruitcakes forever. Forever and ever and ever, I promise. It like just continues going. We always got fruitcake. For some reason, like, I think it's kind of interesting. You look at it, a lot of the stuff that we make food-wise is very like influenced by what's available at the time, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you think about it now, you go to the store, you get whatever you need, right? It might be a little bit expensive. But back in this days, like, you know, some things which were not, you could not get them at all, you know? So I think it's interesting. But yeah, you know, the treacle might have changed up a little bit. And then in the 18th and 19th centuries, I want that mirth flag. Mirth. I have mirth. What even is mirth? I don't know what that word actually means. But yeah, so, you know, as we all know, right, the Industrial Revolution and its consequences has led you here being captive by me, which is obviously the best possible outcome. It also changed up fruitcakes a little bit, because, you know, sugar was widespread, you know, at this time, and now that means it means laughter. I don't laugh. I only frown. I frown 24/7 because everything must be sad. No one is allowed to be cheerful. No one is allowed to be cheerful. Everyone must be sad. Like me. I am always sad. No, I'm just kidding. This is why I'm sad! You always hit me. This is why I'm sad! How could you? How could you? Anyway, so basically, right? They'd have actual sugar, which would change it a little bit. Sad and full of plague and cheeseless. Exactly. Oh yeah, so, you know, during the World Wars, right? You know, they would actually give some of these things to, I believe, soldiers because they were pretty good. But they give them like really scuffed ones, where like some of them would have like just nuts. Some of them would have just fruit, which is weird. Yeah, and you know, like wartime, they didn't have everything, so they like scuffed together. They pushed together whatever they could into this bread. You know, they pull it all together. They would do the best that they could at the time, you know. So they were kind of nice at the time, and since they kept well, it was easy to send to troops and stuff. So it kind of like went full circle with the Romans having it as like, you know, war thing, and then they went back to it. When do we get the full history of Chi Tsuki? I don't know yet. When you deserve it. Only scuffed bread, yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is. But yeah, so, you know, people, during the 1960s, they started to like, what's it called? Went from this to hardtack. That's sad. Exactly. That's sad. So, it's kind of weird how fruitcake became like a really big thing too. Because in the 60s, right, like department stores wanted like something to give to people, right? And so, they would like give, they had like really scuff ones. And so, it's interesting. It's been something that's been around for a long freaking time, right? Like a long freaking time. And so this one, sorry, I have to like make sure I have the right information. This one is 106 years old. This one is 106 years old, this bread, okay? It was found in Antarctica, and it was said to be from, it was brought over in 1910 during the Terra Nova expedition. So now, this year, it'll be 113 years old. And it's very close to being edible. It is very close to being edible, like super close, like very close. It's old, but not older than Chi. You're absolutely right. I've outlived this fruitcake many times over. Doesn't look a day over 1 week. Exactly. This thing is freaking, like, scary to me. But anyway, this particular cake is believed to have been brought over during the Terra Nova expedition of Robert Falcon Scott, according to Antarctic Heritage Trust. It has been documented that Scott took this particular brand of cake with him at the time. So they think that this cake is at least 113 years old as of right now. And it is very close to being edible, which is scary to me. I don't know how to feel about it. It's kind of spooky. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of spooky. Like, actually spooky. You know what I mean? In my humble opinion, it's very spooky. Give me 1 second. I gotta pull up. I have to fill up this one. Here we go. So, and then, okay. On top of this one, right? The super old 116-year-old or 113-year-old one, right? You got this other one, which is 141 years old, right? Not even Romans are older than Chi. Exactly. I want to eat it with some pirate wine from the bottom of the ocean. Exactly. That's what you should do. I think that'd be genius. So there's this one, right? This one fruitcake that this family has had for over 141 freaking years as of 2019. So now it'll be like 144 Chi, or 44 years old. So, they like held on to this thing, right? It's not edible, I don't believe. You know? You can see like maybe a clove, maybe a date on there. You see the old lady in the background? She baked this. This woman baked this. This is like 5 generations later. This woman still has this. That's crazy. My legacy will be a fruitcake. It will last 1,000 years exactly. Did cheese just start existing when cheese was made? Or has cheese just existed since the beginning? That's a great question. You see, here's the thing. When you have finally, not you. What's wrong with it? Oh, come on. They're so happy about it. Someone said, the person who has it now, she said it smells like old people. Fruitcake could be like, remember me for centuries? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's crazy, right? Generational. No, this is 141-year-old fruitcake as of like 2019. So now it would be 4 years older. So 145 years. Crazy. Crazy. And it's crazier because it doesn't have any freaking mold on it somehow. The one fruitcake, yeah. Exactly. I don't know how on earth this thing is still freaking alive. God damn. Exactly. How the freak do they still have this? Oh, excuse me. To me, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's from a lady in Tecumseh. Or in Michigan. Tecumseh, Michigan. And so, let me see what their name is. Fidelia Ford is the one who initially made it. Her name is Fidelia, which is, like, you know, interesting name. Back in the ye old days, I guess that was probably a normal name. Anyway, they had this. That freaking goes around the Ottoman Empire existed, exactly. This fruitcake has seen so much. 2 world wars. Imagine if lactose intolerant people ate this. I don't know what to say. I don't know how on earth this thing has lasted 145 years now. Crazy. Crazy. Scary. Like, it's probably still kind of edible. I don't know how they do that. How? How? I don't understand. I don't understand. I bet it sucked to that like probably. I mean, look at it. Come on. She's holding it perpendicular to the ground. If it was not molasses and rum, yeah, molasses and rum. That's what I've been saying. This stuff is crazy. Bread is like, you don't know half the shit I've seen. Exactly. This stuff is crazy. This fruitcake is crazy. It's scary. What the freak? What the freak? This family's insane. Actually insane. So yeah. So fruitcakes have been a thing for a long time. And there's this one city. I mean, McDonald's is the same thing. No, it's a little different. It's a little different. It's a little different. Dino bread, exactly. That fruitcake baked while Queen Victoria is still alive. Yeah. They don't make bread like they used to. Yeah, they make fruitcake like they used to. No kidding. I don't know how they keep this alive. But this thing is called the fruitcake toss. Or sorry, yeah. So it's in Manitou Springs, Colorado, right? See this? Let your fruitcake fly. Oh, so let me move it out of the way. Let me move the stream out or the chat out of the way. See? Let your fruitcake fly. So, in Manitou, Colorado, they have this thing called the Great Fruitcake Toss. And they've been doing it for 28 years now. And they will have a competition where you will take a fruitcake and you will throw it as far as you can. And you can win items. I don't know what they win, but they win. Right? Here's 2023 fruitcake toss winners. The furthest it was thrown was 180 feet by some person. I think it's crazy. Look at this stuff. Oh my god. So yeah. Cheese to go and toss the cheese and fruitcake. You know what's really funny? There's like a thing called Christmas cheese. I don't actually know anything about Christmas cheese yet. But I want to learn. I just don't know if there's enough. But yeah, so like, yeah, they have different categories. Everyone shows up. They toss the fruitcake. You have to get it like, what's it called? Like, if you want to toss your fruitcake in the fruitcake toss, you have to, what's it called? You have to get it like appraised, kind of. Like, they have to certify that the fruitcake is actually a fruitcake by their standards. Otherwise, you're not allowed to throw it. Because I think people probably, like, you have to make sure you're actually, like, throwing the fruitcake. So it's really interesting. And I find it fascinating. But anyway, so we can't launch cheese wheels. Not for this one. Maybe I'll have my own, like, cheese wheel throwing competition. You were not here last time, but there have been times where, like, actual, like, military operations and the old, like, the Napoleon old days, they used to launch cheese wheels at other ships. Anyway, that's all I have. I'm not joking. So, I'm sorry, guys. My apologies. So, what do people do at the end of the presentation? So, that's my presentation. You know, do you guys have any questions? You know, like it says in the assignment, we had the questions. Napoleon used it. Yup. I feel like fruitcake is crazy. Good job. Is mayo an instrument? No. Mayonnaise is not an instrument. My apologies. It's okay. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this is all I got. I'm sorry, guys. I spent a lot of time verifying as much as I could and stuff. It's really hard to find information on this.
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Either I can end the stream now or we can play a game. But I have to open up a game. But yeah, I feel bad because I feel like it went like an hour. The icing and extra. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Supposedly, it got bad. So, fruitcake was fine. rice, it was fine. And then what ended up happening is, it was like basically, since they wanted to make so much of it, it ended up being garbage. Like absolute poo-poo garbage. And nobody wanted it anymore. I don't have a Suika game. I wish I had the Suika game. I have like Muse Dash if you guys want cute anime girls. Thank you. Yes, I did the best I could. We could do Muse Dash. We could do like Overcooked. Is there really Suika on your browser? No way. There's absolutely no way. I thought this would go longer. I'm sorry, guys. You're glad I did this. Thank you. I like doing these. Oh my gosh, they actually do have it. What? Oh wait, it doesn't work. It's scuffed, but works okay-ish. Thank you. I'm glad you guys liked it. We can either, there's a free version. That's crazy. Is it good though? I feel like it's mad scuffed. Like actually mad scuffed. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very nice presentation. Thank you. I worked very hard. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like, what's it called? I don't know about good, but it works. Alright, well, so this is kind of a shorter stream. I learned things today on a Saturday night. My apologies. I'm so sorry you had to learn things. I am sorry. Let me see. We can raid. And then I'll see you guys all again on Monday. My very short little stream. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Not any chi is good chi. Thank you for streaming. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you guys had a good... I'm sorry! I did everything I could. This is all I got. I promise I worked really hard. I did. Okay. Here, you know what? I had something in my script that I didn't get to say. And I wanted to say it. So, I learned a word for you guys, okay? It has nothing to do with, like, anything. But I learned this. Ready? Pneumono ultramicroscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. I learned that for you guys. Now, I have some people to raid. This time. I actually have people, I promise. Anyway, so let me go ahead and we'll raid. And I hope you guys all have a great rest of your night. Yes. I learned that word. I had it in my script, but I didn't get to use it. That's a word. What kind of cheese is that? A beautiful kind. Alright, guys. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your nights. And I'll see you guys all again on Monday. As always, take it easy. Take it breezy. And take it cheesy. Yeah, it's a silica lung disease. Yes. I'm glad you could figure it out. Alright, so let me go ahead. I have to wait for it to raid. It's very awkward. I apologize. Bye-bye, guys. Bye, Kari. Bye, Stitches. Bye, Mike. Bye, Secretary. Bye, Strode. Bye, Colty. Yeah, bye, Kari. I hope I said that one. Yeah, okay, guys. Have a great rest of your night. Bye, lucky cat. Yes. So I have to make sure I get you all. Okay. I want to make sure, because I'm stupid. I'm making sure. Yes, okay, guys. Have a great rest of your night. Okay, bye-bye.